So good morning all. We are going to start unit number 4, inventory control or inventory model. It is one of the type of uh, models under operations research. So let's go and first cover the fundamentals theoretical part of inventory model, and in the latter stage we actually will actually work on the numericals of this model, or we will solve some problems of this inventory model. So let's first cover the fundamentals. What is meant by inventory? Inventory are nothing but a resources which are usable, but right now we are not using them, so they are idle. So these kind of resources are called as a inventory. Stock up करके रखा है आपने. Either these resources will be workers, machines, materials, or money which is currently not used, not in the use, but we have paid some amount to stock up them. They are going to be useful when the time comes. Okay, so this is your inventory. For example, आपने एग्जाम में 2 पेन लेके जाना. So one page which you are using for answering or using for writing the question, your answer sheet, and one is your inventory. Okay, so why inventory is important? There are plenty of things, uh, the reasons we should maintain the inventory. Let's understand with the simple examples. uh, First example is of a bank. Just imagine a situation where you are in the need of cash. You go ahead, you went to the bank and ask them for giving you some cash. Okay, आपके अकाउंट में तो पैसा है, but now you need that amount in a cash. Okay, now अगर बैंक ने कैश स्टॉक करके नहीं रखा, इन्वेंटरी में नहीं होगा, what will be the situation then? So bank should always keep some stock, keep some inventory in a cash or in some form. Then another situation, it could be a life threatening, in the case of hospital or blood bank. So they need to always maintain the inventory. So whenever the critical time comes, they should be able to give the service for that. So blood pass करना, blood supply करना हो, या फिर medical treatments हो. Okay, we should always have to have a inventory, रखना पड़ेगा. Okay, most of the firms spend around or allocate around 25% of their total fund. They invest around 25% of their total fund for inventory. Okay, now why this is important? To have the efficient working of the system. That means just imagine a scenario जहाँ पे आप कंपनी चालू है, प्रोडक्शन चालू है, and then the cutting tools are worn out. ठीक है, आपको नए कटिंग टूल चाहिए. Then all the machines will be stopped. You place the order for the cutting tool. In day or two the cutting tools will arrive, and then you will distribute them to workers or operators, and then they will start the production. Okay, is this a correct situation, correct case? No, we should have, it's a common sense that we should have the inventory of cutting tools. आपको पता है कटिंग टूल्स लगने वाले, currently they are using, but extra cutting tools we need, we should we should allocate some amount of money to purchase those cutting tool prior to the requirement. Okay, so we need to maintain the inventory of those cutting tools. Next one, timely delivery. अगर आपके पास resources ही available नहीं है, you cannot answer to the delivery. Okay, then sometimes to take the advantage of cost, okay, you may need to go for bulk purchasing. So if you go with the maintaining a inventory, large amount of order you can place and you can get a bulk discount. Okay, so that is one of the advantage of maintaining a good amount of inventory. Then issues of transportation or extra cost of transportation, you can you can just take an example of a transportation problem. आपको 10 10 पिन लेके आना है एंड अनदर सिचुएशन 100 पिन्स लेके आना है. Okay, so transportation cost more or less will be the same for 10 pens as well as 100 pens. Okay, but if you spend 50 rupees just for transporting 10 pens, okay, so the transportation cost will be more in the first situation. Now in the second situation, again the transport petrol charges will be 50 rupees. Okay, but here in the second case you are actually transporting 100 amount of pens, right? So you can take a advantage of this. You can minimize the transportation cost. Another thing is you might face some kind of transportation issues like कहीं पे sump है, बंद है. Okay, in the night there is a curfew, you will not have the transportation. So to avoid these kind of situation, you need to maintain the inventory. Then another thing, you need to maintain the inventory to absorb fluctuations in the cost, fluctuations in the supply and demand. In certain cases, for example, आपका onion का case ले लो. 2-3 months back it was around 80 rupees per kg. Now it is around 8 to 10 rupees per kg. Okay, so these kind of fluctuations, to absorb these kind of fluctuation, we should have a inventory to it is a one of the importance of maintaining a good inventory. Then there are some firms like pharmaceutical companies, paint companies, or chemical companies. They allocate or they invest around 70% of their funds just for inventory. Now just imagine this kind of case. What is the importance of understanding or learning inventory model or inventory problem? 70% of the total fund are invested just for the inventory. Okay, so here even if you work with small amount of EOQs or when to place order, it is going to hamper the whole firm in a large manner. Okay, so that's why it is very important to maintain the inventory, and also it is very important to study the inventory model, because see the impact. Now that doesn't mean, even though we know that it is very important to maintain the inventory, it doesn't mean that we should stock everything. जाके परचेस करके लेके आए सब माल बहुत ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में. There are some problems associated with having unnecessary inventory or maintaining a large amount of inventory. So let's quickly look at the problems with unnecessary inventory. आपने बहुत सारा स्टॉक जमा करके रखा है. So what happens? Many a time managers try to fool their superiors by poorly forecasting the sales कि भाई बहुत आने वाला है सेल्स, इसलिए हमने ये सब मैन्युफैक्चर करके रखा है. Another situation, another problem with unnecessary inventory is that you are tying up your capital cost. You are going to invest this large amount of money just for the storage. आपने उसका सिर्फ खरीद के रख दिया है बाजू में, right? So that is just waiting for the use. So you tie up lot of capital cost, capital investment just for storing up the material. Then there are some problems like obsolescence. Then obsolescence means आपने stock करके रख दिया but it became obsolete after some time. Then you have to pay extra additional cost onto the human resources or material handling equipment, taxes, insurance, etc. on that particular storage unit. See, आपने storage unit बना लिया तो वहां पे कुछ ना कुछ लोग, clerks, administrative staff you need to hire to look into the matters of inventory, to maintain it, to handle it. Then For handling, again, you need to place orders or use transportation equipments. Okay, then also to avoid any kind of bad situations, like आपके storage unit में fire लग गया, you need to ensure, you need to put a insurance to it. Again, you need to pay taxes on that unit. फॉर एग्जाम्पल म्यूनसिपल कॉरपोरेशन के टैक्सेस होंगे, आपने वो अगर एमएनसी में लगा दिया सेटअप स्टोरेज यूनिट, उसके टैक्सेस बेयर करने पड़ेंगे. सो ऑल दीज आर नथिंग बट योर अननेसेसरी कॉस्ट प्रॉब्लम्स with the inventory. So that by looking at these 2 points, we know that we need to maintain the inventory because it is very important, but also we should not maintain unnecessary inventory. There should be balance. Okay, so whole objective of learning inventory model or inventory problem is to take the balance कि भाई कितना inventory करे, क्योंकि ज्यादा किया तो भी प्रॉब्लम है, कम किया तो भी प्रॉब्लम है, नहीं किया तो भी it will be very disastrous then. So how much should be the inventory, कितना स्टॉक करके रखे, what could be the best value or optimum value. That is the objective of this inventory model. Okay, we'll go to the next part, classification of inventories. There are plenty of types of inventories available, so we can distinguish or we can classify them into basic two categories. One is a direct and another one is indirect. Again, in the indirect cost, direct inventory, there are plenty of types of inventories or examples of the inventories, and indirect may be बहुत सारे. So we will look into them one by one. This is just a theoretical portion, but if we don't look into this matter, we will not get the feel or will not get the importance of learning this inventory control. And remember, in most of the competitive examinations like GATE or IAS or any, you are going to get at least one example of inventory control. One example to aata hi hai. Okay, so we will cover some theoretical concept in today's session, then we will work on the problems in the next class. So now coming back to the types of direct inventories. The first one is the production inventory. The production inventory is nothing but a raw material. आपने already जो product manufacture करने वाले, for example, I'll give at least one example for each type of inventory. Just imagine you are going to produce a gears with which is made up of mild steel. So what you do, you purchase gear blanks of mild steel in bulk quantity. Okay, and you will store them in your storage facility. So this जो गियर का जो ब्लैंक है, रॉ मटेरियल है, दैट इज योर प्रोडक्शन इन्वेंट्री. ओके, नेक्स्ट थिंग, आपने वो गियर को अंदर से होल बना दिया एक. ओके, एंड देन गिव मी मिनट. Sorry for this. So I was talking about second type of inventory, that is work in process or one in work in progress. What it means, आपने रॉ मटेरियल लिया, गियर ब्लैंक. ओके, नाउ टू मैन्युफैक्चर गियर्स, आपको यहाँ पे होल्स बनाना पड़ेगा ऑन वन मशीन, देन कीवेज बनाने पड़ेंगे, एंड देन आप गियर हॉबिंग से प्रोफाइल्स जनरेट करोगे. ओके, so these will be your steps, right? So जो रॉ मटेरियल है, we call it as a production inventory. Then you send this component, this raw material, onto the drilling machine where you produce hole into it, and you prepare around 100 component, 100 number of items of this gear. Okay, so this just whole wala part, this is not the finished product, right? This is in between, not the raw material, also it is not the finished good, in between. So you stock up these kind of blanks, these kind of parts which are in process. Okay, so these kind of inventories or these kind of items are called as a work in process inventory, जहां पे थोड़ा बहुत काम करके वो आपने फिर से स्टॉक करके रख दिया. Then third is finished good or finished inventories. That means you have manufactured the gears, okay, and you stored in your storage facility. Now these goods are ready or waiting for dispatch, जहां पे आपको supply करना है to the customer, वो wait कर रहे हैं. So these are called as a finished good inventory. Next one is MRO. M stands for maintenance, R stands for repair, and O stands for operating. Now these MRO, these inventories are not actually the part of your finished good, but they are necessary for the production. So for example, your cutting tools, your spare parts, the maintenance equipment, spanners, consumable parts, okay, all these. जैसे आप MIG welding कर रहे हो तो उसका जो रोल रहेगा, okay, that electrode will be a consumable electrode which is not the actual part of your component, but it is required. Cutting tools are required to cut the shape, cut your raw material into a shape, but they are not the part of your finished product. Then spanners, आपको लेथ मशीन है, उसको रिपेयर करना है, उसको मेंटेन करना है, you spend the money on to that, and these are stocked up, right? They are not actually currently useful, but they are stocked. Whenever the maintenance will start, you need to use them. So these consumable spare parts, all these which are not the part of actual finished component, but they are necessary, and if you stock up these kind of items, we call that as a MRO inventory. Next one, these are some miscellaneous inventories, like scraps, अनयूजेबल प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर करके वो खराब हो गया है, कुछ डैमेज पार्ट है. देन स्टेशनरीज, आपने पेन, पेपर, A4 साइज के पेपर्स रख दिए स्टोरेज में, ऑफिस आइटम्स, ओके. सो दीज आर योर मिसलेनियस item. These are miscellaneous item, and you call that as a miscellaneous inventory, which is required, which is actually we are going to spend a direct amount which is present in our firm in the umbrella only, okay. So these are your direct inventory. Then there are indirect inventory. The first type of indirect inventory is transit or movement inventory. तो आपने क्या क्या ऑर्डर प्लेस कर दिया कि भाई रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए, ओके, रॉ मटेरियल दिल्ली से निकला है, ऑलरेडी यू स्पेंड द अमाउंट, ओके. सो पैसे पे कर दिया आपने, दिल्ली से निकला है ट्रक, बट इट इज नॉट रीच to your shop floor, but it is in a transit. So that type of inventory is called as a transit inventory, which is yours. Those items in the trucks are yours, and they are going to be useful when the time comes, okay. So these are your indirect inventory, okay. Next one is a buffer inventory. Buffer inventory, that means the just imagine this situation: raw material required is of 1000 gear blanks, okay, but you put extra stocks just in case, just for the worst situation. What you do, you order instead of 1000, 1000 and 100. So that 100 is your buffer stock. Actually your requirement was only 1000 stock, 1000 gear blanks, but you added some just to answer high or uncertain demand or uncertain lead time. आप रॉ मटेरियल ऑर्डर कर रहे हो दिल्ली से, बट दिल्ली इज फेसिंग सम प्रॉब्लम, द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन वहां पे बैन है या फिर सब कर्फ्यू लग गया, okay. So what you, as you have already have more amount of raw material, extra 100 pieces, at least you can satisfy the demand of that extra 100, okay. So to answer that lead time or uncertainty in the supply and demand, you put some extra stock. That is called as a buffer inventory. Next one is a decoupling inventory. Now I'll explain this in a some one example, आपने जो you start with raw material like this, then drilling machine पे आपने उस पे होल बनाया, ठीक है, then on मिलिंग मशीन में आपने कीवेज बनाए, नेक्स्ट स्टेप में गियर हॉबिंग पे आपने एक्चुअल गियर फॉर्म किया, ऐसा आपका कुछ तो भी प्रोसेस है, प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस. So from raw material to finished product, it has to pass from three machines: machine number 1, machine number 2, and machine number 3. Now just imagine a situation, machine number 1, due to some issue or sudden breakdown, machine number 1 is not working. So your whole process actually depends on the working condition of machine number 1. So if machine number 1 is not in a working condition, क्या होगा, आपका प्रोडक्शन पूरा का पूरा स्टॉप हो जाएगा, एंड यू डोंट वांट दिस काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन. Okay, so to answer this scenario situation, what you do, you stock up, you prepare inventory. अब क्या इन्वेंट्री में रखने वाले हो पता है, the raw material which are done with the drilling process. For example, ड्रिलिंग में डेली आप क्या करते हो, 1000 होल्स या 1000 कंपोनेंट प्रोसेस करते हो. What you do, you process more than that. Okay, so one day you process 1500. Okay, now these 500 blanks material components with hole you stock up. Similarly, जब कीवे खत्म होगा उसमें से भी 500 आप क्या करते हो, अलग फैसिलिटी में स्टॉक करके रख देते हो, so that if the earlier situation arrives, like machine number 1 is not working, what you can do, as this is the repair is going on, you can take the 500 component and send it to machine number 2. So semi finished product you stock up. These are just to decouple. आपने क्या किया, यहाँ पे कपलिंग जो था, डिपेंडेंसी जो थी, आपने क्या किया, उसको डीकपल कर दिया. Now you can spend some time on repairing machine number 1. Until that time, the stocked up semi-finished goods are going to be processed. Okay, so this is called as a decoupling inventory. Next one is a seasonal, as the name itself suggests. Sometimes there is a high demand in the seasons. For example, in a winter season, the demand of woolen textile is high. In the rainy season, demand of a raincoat, jackets is high. So you stock up those kind of items for particular seasonal demand. Okay, so Vishal, you have a question? Vishal Patil? Okay. Next type of inventory is lot size inventory. Now, what this lot size is, just imagine we needed only 10 pens per month. Okay, so this is your direct requirement कि प्रोडक्शन के लिए या फिर मिसलेनियस के लिए आपको सिर्फ 10 पेन लगने वाले. But to take the advantage of bulk price discount, instead of ordering 10 pen, you order 1000. ये होता है. You in firms we do that. To avail the price discount, we order the items in the bulk quantity. Then in certain cases, to reduce the transportation cost, purchase cost, we ask for bulk quantity. Then to reduce the handling for time, then to receive the material, all the, it is going to cost you. Okay, so to reduce these kind of cost and to avail the price discount, you order the items in a bigger quantity in a lot. So these kind of inventories are called as a lot size inventory. They are not required directly onto our production, but just to take the advantage of a bulk ordering. We order them in a lots. Last inventory is the anticipation inventory. Simple example, just imagine 2nd October pass aa raha hai, and 2nd October is a dry day, so you anticipate that and you order whatever you required, you desired earlier than that. Okay, so it is kind of a anticipating inventory. Okay, so I hope you understood this kind of inventories type. Next one is the inventory model. Now the problem here is, if I try and go into the details of inventory model, it becomes very complicated and you will not understand or distinguish between two or more models. So to understand that, what I have done, I have divided this introduction to inventory model in 2-3 stages. So in first stage, I'll give you a simple picture. After that, I'll directly jump on to one model where all the fundamental or basic concept will get cleared, and then we will come back to inventory model. Now you will be able to understand the difference between various model. कि भाई जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ replenishment rate is infinite or finite, you will realize how it is different from the previous model. Okay, so we'll see first glimpse of inventory model here. There are two types of inventory model. The first one is a deterministic demand model or deterministic model, and second one is a probabilistic demand or probabilistic model. Now how we have distinguished this, it is based on the demand. If demand is known and fixed, आपको exactly पता है कि कितना demand आने वाला है, and based on that you will do the calculation and you will prepare the inventory. Okay, so that model is called as a deterministic demand model. It's the first assumption of this demand model is that demand is exact and that is fixed, uniform, and we know what is the or how much is the demand. But in the real situation, in the real life, we don't know exactly what happens in the market, how demand will be fluctuating. You can just predict it, you can put the probability to it. So more or less real life situation goes closer to the probabilistic model where demand is not known, but it is little complicated. So generally firms don't prefer to go for probabilistic demand model, they go for deterministic model. Again, in the deterministic demand model there are plenty of varieties. In probabilistic model there are plenty of models available. Again, for example, deterministic model में model number 1, 2, 3 है. Again, in one there are three types, A, B and C. Same, two maybe or varieties hai, A, B, C. A might be uniform demand with replenishment infinite, or shortage not allowed. Okay, so all these kind of terms you will see. B में shortage allowed है, यहाँ पे the lead time is different, etc. Okay, so if I try to just go through the model here, you will not understand, and you will not get the feel of how these models are different from each other. So instead of that, what we will do, we'll jump on to the next topic, आपका पहला model. ठीक है, and to understand this model we will cover some fundamentals, we will go through the first model, then we will come back to the inventory models again, classification. ठीक है, so before going into the first model, we will look into the cost involved in inventory, because our ultimate aim is to minimize the total cost of our inventory or our expenditure in the company. So there are four types of cost involved in inventory model. The first one is the purchase cost, but generally we don't worry about the purchase cost because it is fixed. It's a fixed cost. परचेस कॉस्ट जो पैसे में, मतलब एक पेन आप 10 रुपए में ले रहे हो, so that is 10 rupees the cost of that pen, so that will be fixed for you, right? So this is your purchase cost. Next one is the inventory and holding cost. and this is very crucial or very important. In many book, it will be called as a inventory cost or holding cost or carrying cost, or sometimes it is called as a inventory holding cost or inventory carrying cost. Okay, so that's why I have included all the nomenclature. Generally I put it as a holding cost, क्योंकि हम क्या करते हैं, इन्वेंट्री होल्ड करके रख रहे, कुछ आइटम्स होल्ड करके रख रहे, and it is going to cost you. Even though you purchase that item for 10 rupees, to hold it, you are gonna actually spend more than that. Okay, we will look into it. Give me a minute. Okay, now we were discussing about holding cost. See, the item is purchased for 10 rupees, but that item need to be stored for the particular period of time, because it is a inventory. वहां पे जाके वो रहने वाला है कुछ दिन तक, and then time comes, it is going to go on to the shop floor or wherever it is required. So for holding it together, we are going to spend more amount of money. Instead of 10 rupees, now that same pen is going to cost more than 10 rupees, around 15 rupees or 16 rupees. Okay, now how to calculate this, कि भाई कितना खर्चा करने वाले हम to hold it? There are various things which is going to cost you. Okay, for example, under holding cost, you are going to calculate the cost of capital you invested. Okay, अगर आपने वो 10 रुपए अगर बैंक में रखे होते, okay, because see, this 10 rupees is going into the inventory, right? So that is kind of a fixed deposit to you. Sir, the mode is changed, it becomes 10 rupees ka pen in the inventory. But if we put that 10 rupees in the bank, here instead of 10 rupees, now the price will be 12 rupees or 14 rupees in a year, right? So इन्वेंट्री में रखोगे तो क्या हो रहा है, ये आपका 4 रुपए का नुकसान होने वाला है, right? So you have to calculate the cost of capital you tied up due to the inventory, or other way around, to purchase this item, actually you borrowed money from the bank, and now the bank is charging some interest onto that amount. So instead of, you have bought a pen for 10 rupees, but this price, this money you borrowed from the bank, so actually it is going to cost you, instead of 10 rupees, actually it is costing you 12 rupees or 14 rupees, right? So you have to calculate how much cost is added due to the capital investment. So this is one of the cost. Another thing, you have to calculate the cost of storage, because to store it, you put, you hired some personal, कुछ लोग हायर किए, इक्विपमेंट हायर किए, एक अच्छा सा स्टोरेज यूनिट बिल्ड किया, तो 2 एकड़ का जमीन परचेस करना पड़ेगा, फिर वहां पे पतरा वतरा शेड लगा के यू नीड टू प्रिपेयर अ स्टोरेज यूनिट. So it is going to add cost to your inventory. You need to compute that also. Next one, deterioration cost. Now some of the raw material is perishable, it is going to be deteriorated over the period of time, like fashionable item, textile material or chemicals. Over the period of time they are going to be deteriorated. So for example, आपने 100 dress order किए, and it is not required that money, and over the period of time वो खराब हो गए, they get deteriorated, right? So they are not useful for you, but already you have spent the money for ordering them, so that will get added to inventory. Hold करके रखना पड़ेगा, तो you need to add them together. Next one is a pilferage cost. कुछ बंदे रहते कंपनी में वो साबुन चुरा के लेके जाएंगे, कुछ A4 पेपर लेके जाएंगे, पेन पेंसिल उठा के लेके जाएंगे. Okay, so these kind of items actually you purchase and put it in as a inventory, but some people will going to take away those, so they are not in the use, they are not has been utilized, but you have already spent the amount on it. Okay, so that you have to consider here. Another thing, another cost is the obsolescence cost. So in current situation, for example, hard disk of 1 TB is usual, you anticipated it and you have ordered the hard disk of 1 TB in a bulk quantity, right? But after few days the technology has been changed, and instead of no one is using hard disk for storage, everyone is going for clouds. Okay, so your technology is obsolescence or obsolete ban gayi. Already you have spent a large amount of money for purchasing those hard disks, but technology change हो गया, वो पूरा का पूरा पैसा खराब हो गया. Tomorrow the new technology came and your technology become obsolete, जो भी खर्चा हुआ वो waste हो जाएगा. So it is going to cost you. So you need to consider that also, obsolescence cost. And there are some miscellaneous costs like material handling, record keeping, clerk को देना पड़ेगा, insurance, taxes, etc. All these you have to consider and then come up with the कि भाई कितना actually खर्चा लगने वाला है for holding the inventory. Okay, next one is the ordering cost or setup cost. It's very simple. It's nothing but a transport kind of a transport cost, or the cost you spend or the money you spend to put the order. आपने मेल लिखा, फोन किया, तो फोन का जो भी चार्जेस होगा इट इज इंक्लूडेड इन द ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट. देन ट्रांसपोर्ट, डिलीवरी बॉय को कितना दिया, चार्जेस, टिप्स, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. So these will be your ordering cost. Okay, so labor are hired to take down the material from the trucks and put it into the your storage facility. So all these costs are clubbed under ordering cost. And last one is a shortage cost. Now shortage cost in many of the models we don't consider the shortage cost. Shortage cost is nothing but कि भाई आपने order किया but is not available in the market, उसका shortage है, so it is going to hamper your processing. So that cost is the shortage cost. Okay, but in most of the numericals which we are going to deal, we generally going to look into the inventory cost and ordering cost. This is very important. Purchase cost is a fixed, so in only few numericals we required, and shortage cost probably we are going to skip the model which required the shortage cost calculation. Okay, so these are some inventory cost. Next one is the EOQ model. Right now just don't worry about model, economic order quantity. Okay, so for to understand this concept, let's look at the total cost ka graph. Now as a common sense we will know that if if the number of units onto the x-axis, onto the x-axis, these are the number of items you order or you put it as a inventory. Okay, and onto y-axis it's a cost amount you are going to spend. Now just look at ordering cost. ठीक है, मैंने एग्जांपल बताया था कि 10 पेन लेने के लिए भी आपको कितने लगने वाले खर्चे, 50 रुपए. अगर आपने 100 पेन ऑर्डर किए तो व्हाट विल हैपन, द कॉस्ट इज गोइंग टू डिक्रीज. So with that the same concept, if number of items ordered are more, the ordering cost gets decreased. ठीक है, then holding cost, see, holding cost is going to gradually increase. To hold more lot or more units you are going to spend more amount of money because capital उतना ही रहेगा, sorry, capital cost will be more, your deterioration will be more, your obsolescence will be more, your storage facility required is more. So that's why holding cost will get increased, gradually increase, as number of items in the inventory get increased. So holding cost goes like this, but ordering cost get decrease over the period of large quantity. अगर large quantity किया तो ordering cost कम हो जाता है, transportation etc will get reduced. Now what is total cost? Here we have considered only holding cost plus ordering cost. So total cost will go like this: as order quantity increases, it will go down, and then after some time it will get again increase because holding cost is increasing. So your total cost will go like this. Now here in this curve you will find that at this location we are going for minimum total cost. At this location we can attempt to get the minimum total cost, and the order number of items order corresponding to minimum total cost is nothing but called as a EOQ, economic order quantity, because यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, बहुत कम खर्चा लग रहा है. The total cost is the minimum at this point. We would like to find out this point to reduce, because our ultimate aim of the management is to minimize the total cost, right? So the number of the quantity associated with the minimum total cost is the economical order quantity. Okay, our aim here is to find out this economic order quantity. So this is a general technical definition for it. We will go ahead to model number 1. This model number 1 is EOQ without shortage. EOQ without shortage. Now whenever you learn models, inventory models, there are some assumptions, there are some basic things you first freeze, and then based on that you work with the numerical, work with the formulation. Okay, so in model number 1A we assume that the demand rate is known and uniform. अब हमने देखा था in a deterministic model, the demand is uniform and it is known. So that's why this model number 1 goes under deterministic model. This is the first model you learn in the deterministic model. Okay, so demand rate is known. Next is lead time is 0 or known. Okay, I'll tell you what is meant by lead time. In the next slide we will go for lead time. Right now just remember this. Assumption 1 is demand rate is known. That's why it is model number 1A. Second, lead time is 0 or at least it is known to us. Then next assumption is replenishment rate is infinite. Now these are actually the real life scenarios. Based on that these models are prepared. Replenishment rate is infinite means what? Replenish, आपका glass खत्म हुआ, उसी time within fraction of time the glass is full now. So that is called as a replenishment, and in fraction of seconds, so in 0 time it is filled. So that's why it is called as a infinite replenishment rate. Okay, firm में क्या हो रहा है, ट्रक आया, truck contains your items to be stored, and within fraction of second or within 1 day or less than 1 day your inventory is full. Okay, in the second situation replenishment rate is finite means what? क्या हो रहा है, रोज थोड़ा थोड़ा माल आपके कंपनी में आ रहा है and you are stocking up that component, or the production is started and you are stocking up finished good. तो आज 10 कंपोनेंट खत्म हो गए, आपने 5 डिलीवर कर दिए, 5 आपने स्टॉक में रख दिए, कल और 10 कंपोनेंट प्रिपेयर हो गए, 5 आपने डिलीवर कर दिए और ट्रांसफर इट टू कस्टमर, एंड 5 यू स्टोर्ड इट इन द इन्वेंटरी. ओके, सो ये डेली जो चलता है, राइट, सो आपकी इन्वेंटरी धीरे धीरे इट इज गोइंग टू बी रिप्लेनिश. Okay, so that is the case of replenishment rate finite. And in certain cases जो मैंने पहला केस बताया कि ट्रक आया, एक दिन में पूरा का पूरा इन्वेंट्री फुल, सो दैट इज रिप्लेनिशमेंट रेट इनफाइनाइट। सो एक्चुअली मैथमेटिकल में क्या हुआ कि वो रियल लाइफ सिचुएशन में उन्होंने दे केम अप विथ दीज काइंड ऑफ टाइप्स and they prepared the model for it. Next, in this model, shortage are not permitted. कि भाई हाँ कि डिमांड है बट आप बोलोगे कि नहीं दूंगा मैं कंपोनेंट आपको, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा। इफ देयर इज अ डिमांड यू शुड सप्लाई दैट कंपोनेंट। ओके, सो शॉर्टेज इज नॉट परमिटेड। So this is your first model. Now whenever you see different types of inventory model, the model is represented by graph। एक graphical depiction होता है for each model। Let's look at the graphical depiction of model number 1A। So on x-axis you plot a time, then y-axis you put the number of items or inventory, कितना inventory करोगे, ठीक है। Now a situation arrives, आपका वो ट्रक जो भरा हुआ ट्रक है वो आ गया कंपनी में। so that means you received order, and now due to the replenishment rate is infinite, that means within small period of time your inventory is full, so this is your order quantity। order कितना किया था वो पूरा का पूरा भर गया आपका इन्वेंट्री में within a small time or negligible time। so that's why the line is straight vertical। this vertical line represent this assumption। ओके, नेक्स्ट वन। अब क्या हुआ, इन्वेंट्री में मटेरियल तो आ गया। नाउ डेली द शॉप फ्लोर इज गोइंग टू डिमांड दैट रॉ मटेरियल। ओके, सो धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम दिस क्वांटिटी इज गोइंग टू डिक्रीज, बट ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, so that's why it is going to decrease in this way, right? over the period of time वो छोटा कम कम होने वाला है। then again you will receive second truck, सेकंड ऑर्डर मिल जाएगा, फिर से रिप्लेनिशमेंट हो गया, पूरा का पूरा इन्वेंट्री खत्म भर जाएगा। अगेन यू आर गोइंग टू यूटिलाइज इट। सो द ग्राफ विल बी समथिंग लाइक दिस। सो दिस ग्राफ रिप्रेजेंट योर मॉडल नंबर 1A, EOQ मॉडल विदाउट शॉर्टेज। यहाँ पे शॉर्टेज नहीं है। शॉर्टेज अगर होगा तो क्या ये ग्राफ कैसे बनता, नीचे। दैट मीन्स ऑर्डर अपने पास इन्वेंट्री में 0 आइटम्स है, but the demand is more than that, so this part is nothing but your shortage। but in our model we are not permitting that, shortage is not permitted। okay, now let's look at this lead time जो मैंने बोला था आपको कि I'll tell you in the latter stage what is this lead time। now see, आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, अगर ऑर्डर रिसीव करना है तो पहले ऑर्डर प्लेस करना पड़ेगा ना। आपको मोबाइल परचेस करना है अमेजोन में, अमेजोन पे आप आज ऑर्डर प्लेस करोगे एंड आफ्टर 2-3 days यू आर गोना रिसीव योर ऑर्डर। सो ऑलवेज देयर इज अ टाइम डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑर्डर प्लेस and order receive, and that is nothing but your lead time। okay, so in actual organization what happens, as you know, there is a demand of the component, and within few days, currently we have this, assume that we have 10 pens in our inventory। okay, and after 2 days all these 10 pens are going to be delivered onto the shop floor or onto the departments। okay, so at this stage we will have 0 pens। and just imagine आपने उस दिन order किया, when we have 0 pen, there will be, you will place the order here, and after few days, after 2-3 days, you are going to get the actual, you are going to receive the order। this should not be case। so what you do, you anticipate this situation scenario, before you hit 0 inventory you place the order। so at this point you place the order, this point is called as a reorder point। You place the order here. Now to receive the order, it is going to have some days or time, right? And the difference between these two, placing order and receiving time, receiving order, is the lead time. So this, in this model, we assume that the lead time is either zero, like earlier earlier graph, जहाँ पे order place और receive एक ही दिन में हो रहा है, or there might be some gap between placing order and receiving order, but this lead time is known to us and it is constant. Every time you are going to place order at this location and you are going to receive order at this location. So lead time is constant or zero. So this is your model number 1. So I hope you understood this. Okay, so we will stop it here. In the next class, we will work on the numerical part. We will solve some problem, as well as we will derive the equation for calculating EOQ. Okay, so thank you, student. I'll put the attendance link in the chat window.